Okay, what is up YouTube? HPJ here, and I'm coming at you guys because we're going to be going over Wind. We're going to be taking a discussion of Wind archetypes because the OCG announced the next Duelist pack, and it's going to be focusing on Wind attributed monsters in the Duelist that use them in the anime and manga. Now, we don't have a full confirmation of everything, but we do have bits of information. Now, I am going to just show you exactly what YGO organization posted, which is pretty much just a full lineup of the set. So, in translation, the set is going to be called Duelist Pack, Duelist of the Whirlwind, and it will contain a total of 46 cards, one holographic rare, 5 ultras, 7 supers, 9 rares, and 24 commons. The supers and the ultras will have the chance of being secret rare, so do not leave that out at all. That's actually really cool that this duelist pack has the potential to make ultras and supers secret rare. Now, if we go on to the OCG site, this is the OCG site where they broke down some more information. So in the OCG, the set is going to be called Duelist Pack Gale Duelist Edition. It will feature duelists from the anime and the manga that particularly use wind attribute monsters. Now, they say here it's only going to be 3 duelists, and there aren't too many duelists in the Yu-Gi-Oh series that I can think of that were both manga and anime exclusive, except for at least 2. Now, in terms of that, the archetypes themselves are something that I'm going to go over that I have a particular eye on because, well, their wind attribute, they would definitely benefit from this, and also due to the fact that most of them are not included in the manga, kind of also narrows it down, but I at least wanted to go over them. Some honorable mentions before I go on are, of course, Miss Valley and Samorg, due to the fact that they're featured. Samorg is more so featured in both the anime and the manga, but not under one particular duelist. And I don't think they're going to classify Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters as duelist if they come to Duelist Pack. Then attached to that is Miss Valley, who only get a rare scene, not saw sight, get a rare scene in the manga for the latest season of it. I mean, the latest series of it, where they focus on various decks building up from quote structure decks in their universe. So it is something to keep there. Now, as we go through this with the various archetypes of wind, at least did clarify some of them. The only ones that aren't here are like the little mid pieces, just because they aren't going to be focused on them because there weren't duelists that actually used them. And most of them probably already still getting support. So, first off is the Lyraless archetype. This is an archetype built of level 1 and rank 1 wind attributed winged beast monsters that were used in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V series. A good portion of these are going to be mainly from Arc V because apparently Arc V had a ton of wind monster archetypes, and Konami did not sit on wind during this period. On the lure list are kind of akin to the Harpies, where all of them are female. They have this ability to special summon multiples of themselves to the board, and they have these really amazing extra deck monsters. If you guys remember, Trident Neptune is actually banned because of Lureless Independent Nightingale and her ability, which is to inflict massive amount of damage, I think, based on her level. However, if you combined her with Trident Neptune, it would be Neptune copying her, and yeah, it is like Phantom of Chaos on roids. Moving on from there is the Battle Wasp. Now, this is an archetype that unfortunately in the TCG only got one appearance, and according to OCG, it also only got one appearance. And the Battle Wasps are pretty much wind attributed insect monsters, and they have a lot of good focus on synchro summoning. The issue is that there wasn't a lot of support for them, and I don't think there was really much love for the Battle Wasp as it goes. So it could potentially just be another archetype that unfortunately is the Axe, or it could potentially join the Axe in the slashing, and then get a lot of good support. Fun fact about the Battle Wasp in the OCG and TCG, their acronyms. I mean, they're not their acronyms, but their initials, if shortened, are the same as Blacklings. Yeah, this is what OCG and TCG, because their TCG name is B Force, which is BF. In the OCG, Blacklings are known as Black Feather, and they also get the same connotation, except for the period between the two names. It's also akin to the TCG, where Battle Wasp is BW, and abbreviated Blacklings is also BW. So, then, we have the Wind Witches. Love the Wind Witches. Wind Witches, all female spellcaster archetype, wind attribute, and their gimmick, of course, is to special summon multiples of each other to do some massive synchro summoning. This archetype is known for that, as they continuously get new support in the forms of tuners, non-tuners, a lot of really here and there trap cards, and then just have access to these really big monsters. One thing about Wind Witch was that, just like the next archetype that we're going to talk about, has access to some really amazing synchro monsters, especially Crystal Wing and Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. Because of the fact that they're both wind, there's monsters that are summoning them with ease to put them onto the board, and can potentially make some really insane monsters. Now, I would love to see Winwich get some support, only because it would mean that the last additional support can do some various things, and I like to see them at least get a. I mean, even with the Master Rule revision, Winwich could probably still wreck some stuff if given the right arsenal. Now, speaking of getting things arsenal, let's actually talk about Speedroid for a minute. Speedroid is also a good contender. Speedroid, funny enough, is featured in both the anime and the manga, due to their owner being within both, and that is Don. I mean, not Don, Dean. Dean, the Speedroid's just amazing thing. Techie Timborg, Terra Top, and the likes. All really good, amazing cards to help outdo what Speedroids do best. That is, excuse me, and that is Synchro Summon, just like Wind Witch. Which, funny enough, of how the two coincide, and how both of them do focus on synchro summoning and massive amounts of synchro summoning. So with the revision to Master Rule 5, it could be potential that Speedroids do get that additional boost, especially considering there's so much you can do with Speedroids. And it'd be nice, it could be a potential thing for them to get more supportive cards. Next is Senju, and Senju is going to wrap out Arc V overall. Pendulum-based archetype, but when it was honestly came out, most people focus on it being Beast Warrior, and then playing around with a lot of the Beast family cards, having a lot of, access to removal of monsters, removal of spells, removal of traps, all on bounces. And they had two very unique pendulum skills to set up the range of skills for their monsters at the highest level, without you having to sacrifice or do anything for it in terms of bringing those monsters onto the field. Now, with that inclusion, I can honestly say that this is something that is always on the swing, because with Pendulum, you can get some really good Pendulum stuff, and then I bet you there's going to be Diagnoster ready for battle, and there's going to be Ignister ready for battle. So, yeah, excuse me. Yeah, it is the thing about Senju that I would like to see them get the support. It's just, how will they use the support is the only thing, because outside of the whole Beast Warrior beatdown and stall out, the only other thing is trying to summon the bigger one so that you can do the massive removal, or they don't get effect alert. Or you at least have your, defensive setup for protecting your pendulum scales or protecting your big monsters, which some of them do more than the others. But I have played Yo Senju, I think, all amongst to the last wind archetype that we're going to be talking about. And the whole thing about the Yo Senju is that is that you can easily take advantage of that pendulum scale. But not just pendulum scale, but you have some monsters that have effects and stuff that occur when they're normal summoned. So, oh yeah, take advantage of those if you can. Also, like someone's got some. I'm sorry. Kind of just looking at it now, it's just that it needs some cohesiveness. I said a lot of times about cohesiveness, and a lot of decks just don't have that, and they do need that. Like even if it's pertaining to one card here or there, it's at least cohesive. Excuse me, to win you the game. Now, last but not least, we talk about my girls. We talk about my faves, the Harpies. It could be a potential that Harpies get new support. How direct the support is all up to chance because there can easily be reprints. I mean, not reprints, but there easily be retrains of Harpy's Pet Dragon and Harpy Lady Sisters. Considering those are two of the cards that the fan base has been screaming, we need retrains, we need retrains, we need retrains so that we can take advantage of them and not have to run the original, which you can say for a lot of other cards. In addition to that, people want to see some upgraded variations. Upgraded variation of Harpy Feather Duster, upgraded version of Harpy's Pet Phantasmal Dragon, so that way no one can feel like, okay, we'll get these new retrains, they'll do some stuff, and then just push. Like, I would honestly like to see the retrains be very, very active, or just anything that would be included for Harpy, if Harpy is in this. I would like to see some new support that really focuses on grabbing hysterics on hysteric parts from the graveyard, grabbing particular, um, Harpy monsters from the grave. Excuse me, a la Lumina, the Lifelorn Monk, where she can just dump a card and then set some monsters. And I love to see her do that for a Harpy, at least. Get us a Harpy monster that can do that. And then I think about it, like just hysterics on hysteric party searches, and then the ability to get various cards for here and there. It's very weird with the Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff, but I would love to see Harpies the be one of the slots there and get some new support to really boost up just a lot of things. So, um, with that all said and done, I think that is about it. I'm gonna leave it right there. So, just in case, I do want to apologize for all the yawning because I did kind of make this video at the last minute. I do want to thank you all for watching this video because you guys are awesome. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you guys will be informed of when I do upload more content. That notification bell is next to the subscribe button, and make sure you click that. If you want to interact with me on other accounts, of course, in the description box below will be listed all of my other social media accounts, so you guys can interact with me there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I catch you guys next time. HPJ, signing out. Take care.